What's up, guys? It's your boy Goblins, and today we're talking about that new Pokemon Go update. So Pokemon Go has finally entered version 0.33.0, and Niantic is calling it a minor update. Now, there's some pretty big changes that came with this patch, so I personally wouldn't call it minor. And I apologize for the late patch notes. I just wanted to make sure I had all the details on what actually happened with this brand new update, so I can get you guys the most accurate information possible with this patch. So currently 0.33.0 is available on iOS and Android right now. You can download it. You got a short list of patch notes if you guys want to check that out as well. But we're going to get into the details of what actually happened with this update. So there's officially a new tracking system that you guys can check out. I'll show it to you right now on my screen. This is what you're looking at. It's called Sightings. This is all we have right now, but some players actually have a different tracker. Some players got the tracker that looks something like this. As you can see here, there's a brand new nearby tracker, and this actually shows where that Pokemon will probably be around and where you can find them. Now, apparently when you click one of these nearby Pokemon, it shows the place that it's going to be closest to, or Pokestop that it's closest to, and shows you exactly where it's going to be in direction. And these pictures were provided by Valor Doharis, but there has been other players that have access to this nearby tracker, whereas the majority of other players will only have sightings right now. As you guys can see, that's all I've got. I've only got the sightings, but I want that nearby tracker though. Oh my god, look at that! Look at that shit! You see that? This is awesome! You can just click a Pokemon, and it shows you where it's closest to. Battery Saver has returned to iOS after somehow magically disappearing in the last update, which is version 0.31.0, and apparently it was actually to fix some bugs with that Battery Saver. They also returned the XP bonuses on capturing, so you now get the XP bonuses for nice, great, and excellent, as you were rewarded before the last patch. And that also includes the extra points for the curveball. Niantic has also allowed every player to have a one-time name change in the settings if they so choose to. So now everyone gets one possible name change. So if you pick, like, I don't know, Balls69, XXX Sniper Wolf 420, 6669 420 Swed, Your Mom 69 lol, Penis Munch 420, XXX It Can Be Your Angle or Your Death XXX, Boop the Pants. If you picked any of those names, now you can change it to an actual cool name that's not awful. There's also a really annoying new pop-up warning, and it warns trainers now that if you're playing above a certain speed, it's like, hey, you shouldn't be playing the game at this speed, and you have to like literally hit OK. So for Pogo players that are driving and playing the game, obviously don't do that, but if you are doing that, that adds one extra distraction in order for people to be distracted in Pokemon Go when they're just trying to drive and play the game, or even bike and play the game. That's distracting as well. I'm just saying, like, okay, I understand the concept behind it and everything, but is that really a good idea? You're only further distracting people that are obviously going to play Pokemon Go regardless of what you toss at them. So is that a good idea? I don't know, but it happens now, and it can be pretty annoying. It straight up says, "You're going too fast! Pokemon Go should not be played while driving!" And if you click, "I'm a passenger," you're a passenger, and that's okay. You can still hit up all those Pokestops and everything while your driver's doing the drive-in, but regardless, people are obviously just going to skip past that, and once again, it's just an added distraction. Like, I don't know if that's, like, you know, is that really helpful? Probably not. Ain't no time to slow down, there's Pokies to catch out there. Egg hatching now appears in the journal, which apparently wasn't a thing, so that's pretty helpful in case an egg actually does hatch on you, and you happen to exit the game before the animation plays, and you just like randomly open up your game and you're like, oh, I don't remember catching that pincer. Now you can recall it. Now you can see it in the journal. That's helpful. Now, one last thing to add to the actual tracker itself. I know we already talked about it, but they finally made it so that when a Pokemon is out of your distance and completely disappeared and has despawned, it actually does not show on the tracker anymore. The game like rigorously shows you what's in vicinity of you and what's able to catch within that same space. So unlike before where you would be Pokemon hunting and you'd see like a full list of like 9 Pokemon and there'd be like a Dragonite on there and that Dragonite was like long gone, now he would just be gone. He's just completely gone off your radar, which is actually awesome because that was a huge problem before, which made the tracker, or should I say at least the Pokemon list at the time, completely ineffective because you would look at it, you'd see old Pokemon, you have to reset your game to see if it was actually within vicinity of you and actually still relevant, and you find a lot of the times that that Pokemon would have already been long gone. So now that's fixed. You don't have to deal with that anymore. That's awesome. And that is everything important that you guys need to know about version 0.33.0 and what this new update brings. I'd also like to give a big shout out to the Silphrode, who data mined a lot of these different changes, as well as had a bunch of other people on Reddit submit all the new things and everything for their Pokemon Go minor updates Megathread. If you guys want to check it out for yourselves, that is the source that I used for this video. Go ahead and click it in the description. I owe the credit to this video towards the Silph Road and all its subreddit users. And as I always say, I like to give credit where credit is due. I do not mean or intend to steal any type of source or credit this as my own work, because obviously the community has went out of their way to go find these changes and post them here on the Silph Road Reddit or on the Pokemon Go Reddit. And I'm going to say this update is kind of promising, because if Niantic is going ahead and calling this a smaller update with bug fixes and everything, they're testing a new tracker, they're seeing if people are into that, if it works for people, as well as adding that sightings and a whole bunch of other stuff, name changes. This can actually be really promising, and this is hopefully something that we can see more of within the future updates. If this is what Niantic considers a small update, then I'm really excited to see what a massive update's gonna look like. And that's everything I have to talk about today, guys. As I always say, drop a like for your boy Goblins, and I'll be back here with more Pokemon Go content and Dark Souls 3 content shortly. So take it easy, guys. Have a general good, and I'll see you then. Peace out!